back before the break and just, what you're seeing from him and how nice it is to have him healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're, just trying to get through the break in a proper way with everybody with rest and everything. So with Jake pitching yesterday, Phil was going to pitch today. We just thought having a fresh arm here made the most sense for us.
What do you like about what Javi has done, since you moved into the rotation?
Well, I mean, it was at a time of, it's been a time of need for us in the rotation. So, I think when you have injuries and you bring guys up to add to your rotation, like he has more than delivered kind of from that role. And I think that's been a really positive development in the midst of, a lot of injuries. But he has taken advantage of an opportunity and given us strong innings. Whether it's been starting in the bullpen, he's given us very strong innings.
As you've gotten to know him, what is it about him that he kind of makes it look easier than it is to be a guy who can go up and down in rotation and bullpen, obviously now more rotation, but just the way he handles it and goes about his business, what you know about him?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of appreciation for how he handles that part of it. He handles it how you would like someone to handle it, and it's easy to say that, but he's not affected by maybe what the club says. It's kind of what is he going to do, and that's easy to say and hard to do, and it's a great trait that Javi has. He believes in himself, believes in controlling what he can control, and just goes and does that.
Phil obviously struggled, and he talks about it, but how much of that do you think was the knee?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know exactly. I mean, the knee has affected him. There's no question about it. And I think he would tell you it hasn't always prevented him from pitching, but it's just there. And so, we've taken 2 tries now to try to get it behind him a little bit and put it in the background. I think it's going to be there a little bit as we move forward, but hopefully we can kind of keep it in the background.
Would he just go back to his old role, basically, leverage guy?
Just, I mean, everybody's the same right now. That's how we're treating the bullpen. So, and I think so. At times he's going to have leverage innings. Maybe the next 2 days, probably not.
Throughout the first half of defense. Now you're mentioning it yesterday, just how good it's been this year. Was that at all like a conversation going into the offseason? Was that something he's just taken upon himself to take his game to the next level?
No, I mean, I think his arm is something we've tried to work on over the last couple of years, and like I said, I think he's just gotten to a really good place with it. So I think it's been both a goal of his and a goal of ours to get that back to kind of where it had previously been, and credit to him for getting it there, and our coaches for helping get it there.
What do you know about Craig Counsell? Have you talked to him?
I don't. That's a question for somebody else. Same as what you know.
What was it like on draft day for you when you were at Notre Dame?
That tests my memory. I don't really. I'm not sure. It's a long time ago.
Someone from Notre Dame just got picked by somebody.
I don't know. Some guy calls you and says you're going to play for the Rockies, and they tell you where to go, and then a couple of days later you get on a plane. And I mean, I've always said that it's like I think it's a big day, and I don't want to minimize that it's a big day for a lot of young players. But one of the things when you talk to players in college or whatever, I think it's not if it's like the day for you, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? It's just so I always said the draft is where they tell you where your next game is. They basically tell you where you play next, and then throughout your career they're going to do that a lot. They're going to tell you, okay, now you're going to go play here. Now you're going to go play here. Someday somebody may call you into the office and say you've been traded and now you're going to go play here, and that's today for a lot of kids, it's the first day that it happens to them. But it's where your next game is. You know what I mean? And you got to prove yourself in the next game. And that's kind of how that's the career they're signing up for. But obviously, it's an exciting day to have your name called for sure.
Remember your bonus?
5,000. Pat Murphy negotiated it for me, actually. Yeah, he was my agent. Got it up from 2,500.
What did you spend it on? Give him a cut, I hope.
He did not take a cut. That was nice of him. I mean, there's not much to spend it on. That's I mean, that's like you're buying food and stuff because there's you spend it on food because you're not getting paid really, you know.
Well, you hired him later, so you paid him back that way.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.